Have you ever felt that heart-stopping moment when you realize that something terrible and inevitable is about to happen right before your eyes? In this video, we are going to look at moments that seriously play on your nerves. They were captured on camera just a second before the catastrophe happened. You are watching Eternity Lab, the laboratory of forever relevant content, and our clips show how quickly life can flip upside down. Let us dive in and watch what happens when everything suddenly starts going off the rails. Friends, as you can see, this is that very happy coincidence when you avoid a catastrophe just seconds before it happens. Attention, red is the dress, white is the snow, and blue is the pool. Snow White got it wrong. The treadmill has gone crazy. It seems to be bucking like a wild horse. The will to win can lead you straight into a dead end. Nobody was hurt in this race, except for someone's self-esteem. A vivid example that sometimes you do not need to wait for the next life to pay for your rudeness in this incarnation. There is nothing more reliable than your own pouring hand. To heck with the swing, just pour the whiskey. The duel started in a ridiculous and totally wrong moment. Now this family definitely will not be eating what they were planning to cook.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Apparently the food was so spicy that it burned through the stove. At least they did not have to call the fire department. It is always better to keep a fire extinguisher close at hand.
I just lit my kitchen on fire! Oh my god!
A cooking show can easily grow into a large-scale fire. Someone very persistently kept adding oil to the flames in this hellish kitchen. This ladder is called a stepladder, and if you dig into the Russian word, it sounds like someone always has to be on the lookout while you are on it. If only the Berlin Wall had collapsed that easily. The gender reveal party was a complete failure, a classic case of childish jealousy. The older daughter did not want a little brother or a little sister at all. Now none of the guests will ever find out what color the balloon inside was. All that is left is to wait for his or her birthday. This guy's head really is full. Apparently in college he received such a solid base of knowledge that it can break through any wall. Are you a cat person? Then look at what your fluffy angels can turn your home into. Another example of feline discipline. And the owner probably expected to see a peaceful, cozy dinner scene.
This is your new president of 2017, you guys. This is Sheba. I wrote her in today because I'm telling you she's a better person.
Videos with members of the feline family sometimes turn into a home safari.
I'm telling you she's a better person.
How do you even understand what triggered the cat's hysterics? Maybe the host mispronounced her name? If you are hunting for a swordfish, be ready to accept the battle right there on deck. When you are enjoying something all by yourself, remember, someone is definitely watching you and waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that source of joy away. Because of this clip, some people almost had a heart attack. The pilots of both planes, the security guard on the field, and me. I am just glad that everyone turned out to be fine. This looks like fireworks launched out of the sewer. You probably thought it was a gas explosion or some other burst of outrage from the underground. But no, most likely it is just somebody's very stupid prank.
Let's prank.
Scrap metal is not as harmless as it seems. Who knows? Maybe among those old pots and pans there was one with an explosive personality. Sometimes even the most reliable truck can fail. The driver managed to escape, but the vehicle drove straight into hell. Glass tabletops are extremely unreliable. Their nerves can shatter at any moment. In this place, everything is literally held together by someone's not-so-honest word. Whatever you grab, everything falls apart in your hands. At the opening ceremony, everyone was literally exploding with delight and applause. Do you not think so? A good start, if you can call it that. This is why you should not order an expensive wedding cake. It will be carried out at the end of the evening anyway. The waiters might also have had time to drink to the happiness of the newlyweds. They have to prove it 3 times. First he falls, then the dishes, then she. That should be enough for no one else to follow them outside. Obviously, after the slippery porch comes a slippery path like this. Here is the moment when a person steps out of the house late at night, immediately sets foot on a slippery road, and completely loses orientation. Deer do not know how to enter and exit through doors properly. Apparently, he never managed to explain what brought him to the hair salon. The horse is not to blame. There was simply a weight imbalance, and according to the laws of physics, the mud turned out to be closer. You cannot outrun an elephant, especially on a flat road, especially when he is angry. It is strange they did not just jump into the car and floor it. This is either the highest degree of absent-mindedness or a deliberate crime. You cannot just say, the scatterbrained driver simply forgot to pull out the hose. Once a drop of gasoline breaks free, it can ignite at any moment, and usually when it does, it ignites with an explosion. Another case of fatal forgetfulness. This driver loaded the gas station with problems for the whole year ahead. We do not know what sound or movement was the very first obvious warning that the structure was about to collapse, but everyone understood the signal and made the right decision to run out of the building as quickly as possible. The bridge was old and collapsed with dignity, slowly and without haste. It is a pity that, from surprise, the person filming did not think to turn the phone horizontally. We would have seen so much more. In such a moment, more than anything, you want to be able to rewind life back a few seconds. But now you just have to shut your eyes and hide somewhere far away. This is how spring begins in some countries. Well, after this kind of repair, there is no doubt they will have to press the emergency call button for the elevator team. Those perfectly straight rows in the warehouse are so satisfying to look at. That feeling of order. Oh wait, they are not perfect anymore. Even though the truck was empty, the crane operator will still have to write a very long explanation of what went wrong. These guys are loading a container onto a ship for the very first time. Let us count. 1, 2, and 3. Fortunately, everyone managed to get out of the danger zone safely, except for the container, the crane, and the ship. When a crane falls, it turns out that it folds up in 3 stages. How would you react if a crane fell on your house? You would hardly laugh that it looks like a giant beetle flipped onto its back. It is pure satisfaction to watch when destruction goes exactly according to plan. An astonishing synchrony worthy of a big-budget disaster movie. The damage from this explosion at the construction site probably had a budget close to a Hollywood one. This terrible catastrophe happened at an observatory in Puerto Rico when the supporting cables could no longer hold the structure. We are happy to tell you that despite the dangerous collapse, nobody was injured in this incident. When you slam on the gas from a standstill, remember that a sharp jolt can cause something like this to happen to the washing machine and the glass.
Here and put it over there. Got it?
If your child asks you to teach them how to drive any kind of vehicle, start with the brakes and only then move on to turning the steering wheel.
You're right. Brakes.
What was that person doing to their car for red-hot lava to be spewing out of the radiator?
Oh my God.
The ability to run fast sometimes helps save not only someone else's money, but also your own skin. Ah, what a shame. He forgot to set the trailer's handbrake. Oh, sorry, you have glass doors. I just did not see them.
Do not take the red light. Bro, there's a cop right behind us. Oh, what the bro? The red light, bro, don't take it. Go forward, go. Go, dude, go. Oh, go that way, bro.
An unexpected fountain right on the road deprived the driver of both visibility and determination. Sometimes you really should not wait for the water to find a way for you, or for itself. Oh, hello, here it already is. And how do you drive blind like that? What if there's a red light or the police ahead?
Oh, no way. That is crazy.
How can you not notice that one of the car doors did not close properly? It is like driving with your mouth hanging open. When people say smashed to pieces, they probably mean something like this. The Giant's brakes failed. Luckily, all those cars were empty and nobody got hurt. The driver of the small car probably did not order a dirt delivery to that spot. Number 1. You should never block the way of a concrete mixer truck. You are trying to stop it, but it mixes much better than you do. Catch! The only consolation in this clip is that nobody was inside the cars when the palm tree fell, as the owner of one of them shouted, "This is the worst case scenario!" On the other hand, the palm is now his trophy. He is already standing on the roof and can take it. Why park exactly in the place where a tree is being cut down? Apparently, Newton's law of gravitation is confirmed not only by an apple, the tree is drawn not just to the ground, but precisely to where your Jeep is parked. Just keep that in mind. This tree has clearly lived for hundreds of years for a reason. It chose the perfect moment to fall, just when the traffic light was red. When trees on your property lean toward the house, you should cut them in the direction away from you. Otherwise, it turns into that old parable. You saw off the branch you were sitting on. The owner was clearly not happy about losing the terrace.
Well, I don't think I got that, but that was not good at all.
Yet another example of how to properly plan cutting down a tree. It was a peaceful Sunday until the tree came to visit, punching through the roof and collapsing the ceiling. It is heartbreaking to see someone lose their home in a single second. Floods are insatiable, but at least we know there was nobody inside when the house collapsed into the muddy water. This old building in Spain could not withstand the pressure of the storm and chose to remove itself from the map. This house had seen so many sunrises and sunsets by the sea that, for its final journey, it decided to sail off toward the horizon. When something folds in half or floor by floor like that, that is what you call a folding building. And really, what else can you say except, oh my god? A single well-aimed throw of a log can cost you an entire wooden structure. Inertia combined with an unlucky arrangement of things is invincible. Sometimes even big structures get weak in the knees from exhaustion, but once they sink down, there is no way for them to get back up. Number 1. A homemade bazooka may have a dangerous recoil, but it definitely gets the job done. Rockets are supposed to fly strictly upward, not sideways, and certainly not, oh my god, downward. This is what an epic failed launch of an unmanned rocket looks like, and fortunately, nobody was hurt. Inflatable castles, just like castles in the air, have a habit of vanishing into thin air. Here is a textbook example. That bottle was the last, and literally the final straw. Just imagine that he never came over and put it there. Even though nobody is personally to blame here, the event is still bitter. There is a reason people buy proper wine cabinets. It is painful when there is absolutely nothing you can do. You cannot even get close to the disaster area. All that is left is to silently say goodbye to the stock of excellent wine. Apparently, someone told them that the roof was ready to leave. The launch of this drone did not include any other road users in the plan. Stage assembly is a painstaking job. Taking it apart, on the other hand, is much easier, especially when a storm decides the show. The owner of the phone proves she is agile, but now the device has new owners, the inhabitants of the sewers. The daring technique of opening champagne with a saber is called sabrage. It is usually mastered by cavalry officers. You really should not assign this job to the mayor. That is all for today. This was Eternity Lab, the laboratory of forever relevant content. Subscribe and check out our previous episodes.